You don't know what that is.
I have no idea.
You don't know what this is. Yeah.
What is it?
I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies. It is the secret symbol of the Illuminati.
Dave Chappelle just brought back one of Hollywood's weirdest debates, and now Jim Carrey's name is right at the center of the storm. People have been talking for years, saying Jim allegedly stopped going along with certain powerful Hollywood circles, and after that, fans noticed a major shift. His vibe felt different, his interviews got way more intense, and even his appearance had people online doing double takes. Now social media is flooded with one big question: what really happens when celebrities decide not to play by the industry's unwritten rules? What makes this whole Jim Carrey situation feel so wild is that nobody ever expected his name to get pulled into talks like this. We're talking about one of the biggest comedy icons Hollywood has ever seen, a guy famous for non-stop energy, crazy facial expressions, loud humor, and a personality nobody could really copy. But according to rumors around the industry, something slowly started shifting behind the scenes, and Dave Chappelle reportedly hinted that the change didn't seem natural at all. This story didn't just appear overnight either. For years, people in Hollywood noticed Jim acting differently. He started openly questioning fame, calling parts of the industry fake, and speaking in a way that left a lot of viewers confused and curious at the same time. Fans online started wondering if he had seen something behind the curtain that most people never get to hear about. At first, people brushed it off and figured Jim was just being deep or philosophical, but then the interviews started getting even stranger. He kept talking about illusions, control, identity, and how Hollywood creates fake versions of celebrities for the public to believe in. That's when internet theories really started exploding, because some people believed the pressure around him was starting to build behind the scenes. This is where Dave Chappelle's name gets pulled into the mix. For years, Dave has hinted that Hollywood changes people once they stop going along with certain industry expectations. He rarely says things directly, but fans point to the stories and little clues he drops about pressure, celebrities losing themselves, and people getting pushed aside after refusing to follow the system. According to online chatter, a lot of viewers think Jim Carrey became one of those examples, especially after his appearance at the 2026 Caesar Awards. Social media noticed it instantly. People kept posting that the man standing there didn't even feel like the same Jim Carrey they grew up watching, and the comments section turned into complete chaos almost overnight. Maybe it was the same face, but fans kept saying the energy felt completely different. People online pointed out that the voice sounded unusual, the movements seemed slower, and the whole vibe just didn't match the Jim Carrey they remembered from years ago. Even longtime supporters started posting side-by-side clips, breaking down old interviews next to newer appearances, and saying something felt off. Once those videos started spreading across social media, the clone theories came rushing back harder than ever. Now, there's no proof that Jim Carrey was literally cloned, but internet conspiracy communities usually focus more on patterns than evidence. According to those online discussions, people started comparing Jim's situation to other celebrities like Kanye West, Gucci Mane, and Britney Spears, saying the similarities were too strange to ignore. Different celebrities, same story people keep repeating online. Speak out, disappear for a while, then come back acting completely different. According to internet theories, a lot of people believe the Jim Carrey situation followed that exact pattern. Before the clone rumors ever started, Jim was already criticizing Hollywood in public. He talked about fame feeling empty, called celebrity culture fake, and even mocked the whole award show scene right in front of cameras. A lot of fans still bring up that famous red carpet interview where Jim said none of it had any real meaning. That clip keeps getting reposted like some kind of hidden warning message. According to people pushing these theories online, Hollywood supposedly doesn't like when major celebrities openly challenge the image and fantasy the industry tries to sell to the public, especially stars with huge influence over fans. That's where Dave Chappelle's story starts getting pulled into the conversation too. Years ago, Dave stepped away from Hollywood right at the peak of his success. He had massive deals on the table, one of the biggest shows on television, and then suddenly disappeared from the spotlight. Later on, Dave spoke about pressure behind the scenes, losing control of yourself, and feeling like the industry wanted something from him that he refused to give. People online believe Jim Carrey may have hit the same kind of wall Dave Chappelle talked about for years. According to internet theories, Jim allegedly stopped showing up around certain elite Hollywood social circles and private industry gatherings that powerful people expected celebrities to attend. None of these claims are confirmed, but once fans connected that narrative to how different Jim seemed in later public appearances, the speculation completely exploded online. And according to conspiracy discussions, Jim wasn't the only celebrity people started connecting to these kinds of stories. Fans still bring up when Kanye once warned people, "If I disappear and come back, that won't be me." That quote sent internet theory channels into total chaos. Then Kanye disappeared from public view for weeks with barely any updates or explanations. When he eventually returned, social media instantly started comparing his behavior to old interviews and public appearances. Some fans claimed he seemed calmer, quieter, and more controlled than before. That sparked even more online conversations about comments Kanye previously made regarding pressure, people around him, and feeling controlled by the industry system. A lot of online discussion also focused on the Harley Pasternak situation, after Kanye publicly shared messages that allegedly showed Harley warning him about being hospitalized again if he didn't cooperate. Those screenshots spread everywhere online almost instantly. Then social media users started digging into Harley's background and noticed reports about connections to military-funded research tied to psychology and behavior studies. That's when conspiracy theories really took off across the internet, with people creating all kinds of wild narratives around celebrities, control, and pressure behind the scenes. Now add that next to Jim Carrey openly criticizing Hollywood, talking about fake identities, and fans claiming he seemed different in public appearances afterward. People online quickly started connecting dots between totally different celebrity stories. Gucci Mane's name also got pulled into these conversations because fans still talk about how dramatically different he looked and acted after prison. Before prison, Gucci appeared heavier and chaotic in public, but afterward, he came back slimmer, focused, calmer, and carrying himself in a completely different way. The internet wasted no time turning Gucci Mane's transformation into another huge conspiracy theory. Social media users started claiming the Gucci who came home from prison didn't even seem like the same person fans remembered before. Things got even louder after his ex, Mac Breezy, reportedly said the version of Gucci she saw afterward didn't feel like the same man she knew years earlier. Online communities instantly twisted that into more replacement rumors and wild speculation. One fan even posted Gucci Mane was heavy and never went to the gym, while others focused on what they believed was a repeating pattern. In these internet theories, celebrities speak out, act rebellious, disappear for a period of time, then return looking or behaving completely transformed.
According to online rumors, some people believe Dave Chappelle has hinted that Hollywood can pressure celebrities who stop cooperating, not through literal cloning, but through image control, isolation, reputation management, intense pressure, and major public rebranding behind the scenes. Jim Carrey's behavior over the years only made these internet theories grow even louder. One moment, he was openly calling out the emptiness of celebrity culture, and the next, fans claimed he seemed quieter, less rebellious, and completely different from the version of Jim they were used to seeing. Then came the more recent appearances, where social media users started zooming in on everything, saying his eyes looked different, his smile felt forced, and his overall energy seemed disconnected from the old Jim Carrey people remembered. Once the internet grabs onto a theory like that, it almost never lets it go, especially when side-by-side clips start spreading everywhere online. Fans began comparing old Jim to new Jim, old Kanye to new Kanye, and old Gucci to new Gucci, searching for every tiny change in behavior, appearance, and personality. But here's the part that really pulled people deeper into these discussions. Some online communities don't believe the clone talk is meant literally. Instead, they think it's symbolic. According to those theories, the idea is that a celebrity's original personality gets slowly broken down and replaced with a safer, more controlled public version that's easier for the industry to manage and market. That idea unsettled a lot of people because it stopped sounding like pure science fiction and started sounding more like power, image control, and Hollywood politics. That's also why Dave Chappelle's warnings keep getting brought back up online every few years, because many fans believe he walked away before the industry could fully change him.
The online community has been going crazy over these old Jim Carrey clips. One user commented, "This is the real Jim Carrey," then they replaced him, while another posted, "This is not the same Jim Carrey we see today." Those reactions spread fast, and according to internet discussions, many fans believe celebrities who walk away from powerful industry systems usually return one of two ways, either completely silent or noticeably different. Now, people online keep asking the bigger question: what really goes on behind closed doors in Hollywood when someone stops cooperating with the system? How much influence do powerful industry figures actually have over celebrity careers and public images? And how many stars ended up looking different to fans because the industry pushed them toward becoming a version that was easier to manage and promote? Maybe Jim Carrey changed as he got older. Maybe Kanye matured after years of chaos. Maybe Gucci Mane rebuilt his life after prison. Or maybe the industry quietly reshaped people once they stopped following the rules. And honestly, that possibility is exactly why these theories keep spreading, because the more people look at the patterns, the harder it becomes to stop asking questions. That's why people online keep running these conversations back and forth, trying to make sense of it all. Like, subscribe, share, and comment.